this Sunday.
Daddy does great in Vegas. And that's where we're headed. Las Vegas, baby, Sin City! And what more place is the devil more powerful?
AEW Double or Nothing takes over Sin City for one of the most anticipated nights of the year.
I am destined to end your career.
The wait is over.
We are the elite.
Who's ready to risk everything for their shot at greatness? This is AEW Countdown to Double or Nothing.
The rise of MJF and AEW is simultaneously unexpected and also inevitable.
You are looking at the youngest and fastest rising star in professional wrestling today.
At an early age, we could see the talent that this man has in the ring and on the microphone, obviously.
The quintessential future of all elite wrestling.
In pro wrestling, to be able to become a big star, you have to be able to wrestle, obviously.
Because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
But you have to be able to talk. You have to be able to cut a promo.
And I'm better than you, and you know it.
If I retire today, I've already had a Hall of Fame career. I've beaten some of the best: John Moxley, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Bryan Danielson.
Some people give him grief because maybe he's not wrestling on TV a lot.
You've never had a match in Dark, been on Elevation. You've never even been on Rampage.
I'm from the elk that who cares? When the red light's on and it's time for him to wrestle, he proves his worth.
I'm the man that holds the grandest prize of them all.
Hence why he's the World Heavyweight Champion.
The Triple B, the Big Burberry Belt.
It's not about fighting fair. It's about doing whatever it takes to win.
Just like MJF knew that AEW was a place where he could thrive, Jack Perry, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin all knew that AEW was a place they could thrive as well.
Sammy, Darby, and Jack? Really?
There are a handful of young men who have been here since the beginning.
They're all very talented young men.
4 men to be exact. 4 pillars.
Jungle Boy, he's got more heart than any professional wrestler I've ever seen in this sport. Sammy Guevara is the most innovative high flyer I've ever seen. Super dumb, but innovative. And then you got Darby. Talk about a guy who is willing to put himself through a freaking blender just to get a W.
We are the past, the present, and the future of professional wrestling.
They were given a blank canvas, and all 4 men painted a masterpiece in their own way. Last year at Full Gear, Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm had one of the best AEW Women's World Championship title matches that we've ever seen.
You are taking a look at 2 of the top women wrestlers in AEW right now.
Well, to be honest, I never should have lost it. I was completely screwed out of my women's championship.
Britt Baker, the turnbuckle pad came off, and now Hayter Reigns!
She thought she could get away with it. She thought that would be the end of me. She thought she slayed this dragon. She didn't. She only got it going.
Do I think Toni Storm deserves a shot at the championship?
You know, that's a great question. Why hasn't the rematch already occurred?
I don't think that's for me to say, because that's purely anybody's opinion.
I strongly believe she doesn't deserve it. She's a piece of crap.
Do I think she's ready?
I'm gonna ruin her life, and I'm gonna rip her arm off.
But I absolutely do not think she is ready for Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter's done it!
That would be the last time I ever play fair again.
Storm raining down right hands!
And I learned that it's not what you know, it's really who you know.
Mark Briscoe is a personal friend of mine. Our paths, some would say they're intertwined forever.
Briscoe brothers, Jay Lethal, so many memories going all over the world with this man. When it comes to FTR, in 2022, we had 3 wars.
We beat the hell out of each other so much, we formed a bond, we formed a respect, and that respect turned into love.
That's something that lasts for a lifetime. You've created a lifelong bond.
Yes, FTR is a successful tag team, but it's only based on the Briscoe name.
You cheated, you've lied, and you think you're gonna take our tag team titles. But more importantly than that, you were trying to manipulate our friend. You're trying to insult the entire Briscoe family, the Briscoe name.
At Double or Nothing, I'm gonna be the special guest referee, baby.
Mark, I love you, man, but come Double or Nothing, you have to make a decision.
Mark Briscoe is gonna do the right thing.
In Las Vegas, Double or Nothing, Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match.
For Adam Cole, I know Chris Jericho's been one of his heroes.
You don't impress me, Cole. I think you're kind of an arrogant son of a bitch.
I don't think Adam Cole looks at Chris Jericho as a hero anymore.
Maybe you don't respect me, but you've also made it very clear you fear me.
Adam Cole is a coward. A man who allowed the love of his life to get viciously beaten, and you did nothing to stop it.
Has Jericho taken this thing to a very unhealthy level? I suggest that he has.
Chris Jericho is a mastermind who has Adam Cole exactly where he wants him.
You know how the old saying goes, you never want to meet your heroes. I think it's time to learn a lesson.
And I swear to God, I'm gonna hurt you, and I'm gonna hurt you bad.
Yeah, they're still outnumbered. There's only 3 of the Elite and 4 of the Blackpool Combat Club. Hangman Adam Page!
The Elite. I don't like the Bucks. I don't like that little turd they hang around with. I don't like Getty. I don't like Hangman. I don't like any of those. I'm glad you're filming this. The Elite.
This battle, this rivalry, this feud, this hatred between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite, it's become so deeply personal.
I just feel like there's a nasty, rageful, violent momentum.
It's going to be ugly and it's going to be physical. It's going to be a fight with these teams.
Run and hide while you can, because it's Double or Nothing. It's the Elite Blackpool Combat Club. Anarchy in the arena.
If it wasn't for the Elite, none of us would be here. Blackpool Combat Club would not be here. I would not be here. So I think that that's something to really kind of focus some tension back on, is what these men have done to create change for the world of professional wrestling.
There's a lot on the line for the Elite in this match, especially the word respect. The Elite, founders of this company, they got to feel extremely disrespected by the Blackpool Combat Club, basically saying they're not professionals and all this, and the attacks we've seen and the viciousness, and then what happened to Don Callis. So the Elite, in my view, is going to try and get respect back on their name.
The Blackpool Combat Club live up to their words. They are violence personified. But in the past, we've seen the Elite go to some pretty dark places. And there's maybe no group more powerful than the Elite when they're all on the same page together.
Ladies and gentlemen, to hit the fan. This is Anarchy in the arena.
Remember, anything goes, but you must go into the ring to get a win or a loss. Exactly as advertised, Anarchy in the arena.
Oh God, this match already has me stressed out, to be completely honest. Obviously, I have a vested interest. These matches are so kind of gruesome and terrifying.
There's no question the Blackpool Combat Club is prepared to do what it takes to win this match.
This is clearly a battle for supremacy in AEW, and the team that wins this match will be able to stake their claim as the top group in all of professional wrestling, because they will have earned it with blood.
How tough will Kenny and the Bucks and their crew be? If they're not off the page stuff and physical, then we pretty much know the outcome.
You and your little pissant friends can't touch us. You never could. We, this right here, we are the Elite. We are what everybody else in this business pretends to be. We live it and breathe it every single day.
We are the heart. We are the soul. We are the spirit of this place. We are the Elite.
And I think Ruby Soho has finally chosen a side. Wait! Ruby Soho just wiped out Hayter!
I have wanted to be like these two women my entire career. I've wanted to be like Saraya since I was a teenager. I've followed her career. I wrestled her mother when I was in the UK. And Ruby, that's another person that I've idolized for years and years and years.
The Outcasts have proven time and time again that they will use their numbers to their advantage.
I have followed their careers, I've wanted to be just like them, and now I am just like them.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that this match will not be a one-on-one encounter.
I think the Outcasts will be in plain sight.
When you have people like Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Hikaru Shida, they're going to do everything in their power to keep the playing field level.
Yeah, I do see them as a threat. Who wouldn't? I've been taken out time and time again with my arm.
Tony Storm trying to neutralize that big lariat from Jamie Hayter.
Is it naive of me to think this wouldn't happen? Absolutely.
There's going to be a lot of physicality and a lot going on the outside. And I hope it does swing the outcome of this match.
As confident as I am going into the pay-per-view, and as confident as I can be, thinking that I'm going to be champion walking into Wembley Arena, I'm not overlooking what Tony Storm is capable of doing. I'm very aware. I've experienced that firsthand, and vice versa.
Jamie Hayter thinks she's gonna get this big moment where she walks into Wembley Stadium with the championship in front of all her people. Well, I'm here to take that away from her.
This is the biggest opportunity for me to wrestle in front of that many people, not only as a champion, but in my home. The last time I wrestled in the UK, it was in front of 200 people in a dive bar.
Before Jamie Hayter had even stepped into a ring, I made a name for myself in the UK. It's more of a homecoming for me than it is for her, to be honest. Except the difference is, I absolutely hate England.
There's a real personal hatred between these two women that goes back before their time even being a part of All Elite Wrestling.
At Double or Nothing, I will be taking back what is rightfully mine by any means necessary. And Jamie, when you wake up the next morning and you're covered in green spray paint, you're gonna regret the day you ever crossed me, bitch.
This is what matters. The AEW Women's World Championship.
And I'll be walking in to Wembley Stadium with the AEW Women's World Championship just so that Jamie Hayter doesn't get to.
Jade Cargill is on a historic start to a professional wrestling career. She's never known defeat. We are witnessing history every time she steps foot in the ring.
The undefeated, undisputed TBS champion.
I think that if there's anybody that's denying what Jade Cargill is, who she is, I don't know what to tell you.
Is that it? Is that all you have to offer, Canada?
The more she wins, the more confidence she gets. She's a phenomenal athlete with incredible amount of confidence right now and pride, and that makes it just very, very tough to really dethrone her.
Taya Valkyrie! Oh, Jade's look on her face has changed, my friend.
I've only been here in AEW for a few months, but that doesn't mean I haven't been watching absolutely everything and everyone.
All confidence on Taya Valkyrie as she walks face to face, locking eyes with the undefeated TBS champion.
And Jade, I've been watching you since you were front row clapping in Jacksonville trying to get a job here. You've come a long way.
Taya Valkyrie plants Layla Gray, and in one fell swoop, sending a message to the TBS champion.
Here are the facts. You have beaten me before.
Look at Jade. She rolled through, and she grabbed the trunks. Taya Valkyrie obviously very upset. The deck was stacked against her tonight.
But you cheated.
I think Tanya's great. I think she has faced some great opponents. Again, I beat her. I don't know why we're doing this again.
Do I think Jade is a worthy champion? I mean, look at her. She looks great. She's athletic, she's got lots of charisma. But at the end of the day, all I see is someone who is playing wrestler. I don't play wrestler. This is what I do, and this is what I've been doing for years. I've traveled this entire globe dedicated to it. I see a cheater, I see a fraud, and I see someone who's gonna get beat for that championship.
I think if anybody can get it done, can dethrone Jade Cargill, can end the streak, it's Taya, because she's been there before. When you size up Taya against Jade Cargill, as far as experience, there's no comparison, it's Taya.
Valkyrie is a pro's pro, former women's world champion, so she's got a lot more tricks up her sleeve.
I think Taya will be one of the ones to come close, but I still don't think that she's gonna get it done. Yes, Taya has held championships. She's been on big stages. She is a hell of an athlete. She's incredible. Such a huge asset to AEW, but I still just don't see somebody dethroning Jade Cargill. I just don't think it's gonna happen right now.
Well, this might be a bold prediction, it might not, but I do think we crown a new TBS champion. I do. I do think that Taya Valkyrie wins this match at Double Nothing and is crowned a new TBS champion.
All champions have to lose at some point. Is this the night that Jade Cargill loses? I don't know, but I think Taya Valkyrie has a shot at not only handing Jade Cargill her first loss, but becoming the new TBS champion.
What I've realized is you're not great until you have haters. And if you cannot take on the hate, then you're not ready for success and for greatness. You see, I breathe, I eat the hate. I love the hate.
I know ain't nobody watching, I'm working as hard as I can. I strategize and I write it, I know when it's
It does nothing but fuel me and do nothing but tell myself that I'm that bitch and I'm not taking no for an answer.
I was born for this, and you were just a pretty face. I've taken out girls like you before, and I'll do it again. It takes a special type of crazy to get in the ring with me.
I am one of one. I am the one. And at Double or Nothing, I'm gonna prove to all my haters, all my critics, I am undeniable, undefeated, and about to be 60-0 on all your favorites.
Christian is one of the biggest egomaniacs I have ever been around in my life. So of course he wants the TNT title. Of course he wants to put himself in front of Luchasaurus.
On the Dynamite broadcast, myself, Tony Schiavone, Taz, we were all but certain that it was going to be Luchasaurus challenging Wardlow for the TNT Championship.
The title shot doesn't belong to him. The title shot belongs to me.
Wow. Whoa. As he is so deft at doing, Christian Cage fooled everybody. He tricked not just the broadcast team on Dynamite, but he tricked the TNT champion as well. And maybe even fooled Luchasaurus too.
The reason why I'm challenging for the TNT championship is simple. It's time for that title to return to its glory, and the only man that can do that realistically is Christian Cage.
Don't have what it takes to be the champion, do you understand? You're looking at the next TNT champion, and there's nothing you can do about it.
In his career, Wardlow's never faced a competitor like Christian Cage.
When you've compiled a laundry list of accomplishments that I have, you're afforded certain luxuries, like walking into the boss's office and saying, I want the shot.
Wardlow could be in trouble at Double or Nothing.
Now you've seen what he'll do. The question is, what are you prepared to do?
I'm prepared to beat him at his own game. Christian, you want to pull out ladders? Then let's play with ladders. How about me versus you? Double or Nothing, TNT title in a ladder match.
For those that don't know, Christian Cage is one of the pioneers of a ladder match. There's a lot of danger involved. Helps to be cunning, helps to be creative. All those things, Christian Cage, you are. He's a master of head games.
I think Wardlow needs to realize he's going to be in there defending his TNT title against one of the most conniving...
Your father wasn't famous.
Sneaky.
Nobody cares about him.
Corny.
So I'm not going to waste my breath.
Dastardly competitor. He has to be prepared for anything.
Wardlow won the Face of the Revolution ladder match. But I think at Double or Nothing, Christian Cage has a distinct edge in this ladder match.
I think that this is really a moment for Wardlow to test who he is as a pro wrestler.
Here's my prediction. Real simple. Wardlow will win that match and do whatever he has to.
I have the advantage over Wardlow no matter what the stipulation is, no matter what match. And at Double or Nothing, I walk away as a TNT champion.
FDR, you claim to be Mark Briscoe's friend, but this all started because you weren't there for your supposed friend.
Get the doctor. Mark, your friends are here. Don't worry.
Well, you're
Don't
real
worry.
friends,
Relax.
It's very apparent that Jay Lethal has used his friendship with Mark Briscoe to try to get a leg up on FTR.
In situations like this, it's hard to say what the person that's stuck in the middle is feeling or seeing.
Sometimes I think that they will do anything to make sure they don't lose their spot.
The stroke, 2, and 3. They're gonna steal another one.
I think what makes them so dangerous is their carnies.
I think it was very smart to work with Briscoe because he knows what it takes to defeat FTR.
Using Mark Briscoe. Using Mark Briscoe to get to us.
7 down. At Double or Nothing, I'm gonna be the special guest referee, baby.
Mark Briscoe trying to broker a peace deal.
Oh my God, what the hell? That alcohol burn up, just burn your eyes.
Dex doesn't realize what he's doing.
I am conflicted because I got FTR, two brothers that I've been to war with, and Jay Lethal, who I've been knowing. But then he got these clowns with him with these questionable motives and intentions, and I just don't know how I feel about that.
This is even more than a tag team title match now, okay? This is a fight. Mark, you'll do the right thing.
After the way you treated him, Dax, we have no doubt in our minds. Mark Briscoe, he's gonna do the right thing.
Both teams want Mark Briscoe to do the right thing. What is the right thing?
He's not an experienced referee, and I think Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett are going to take advantage of that.
I think FTR, to retain those championships, they really have to have the proverbial eyes behind the back of the head. You got other people in play here.
The numbers are too great for FTR.
That's Jeff Smart, that's Karen.
Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, not only are you messing with our best friend, you're messing with our legacy.
Don't let them get your head, Mark.
But I'm getting tired of this.
The fact is, you're looking at players that can play the game better than FTR.
You're a cockroach, Jeff, and now you're feeding off of our friend. If I gotta send you out the business and finally squash that cockroach, that's exactly what I'll do.
We're gonna make liars out of you. You're gonna eat your words. You're gonna have to swallow it. We are leaving as the champions, and I love it, boys. Whoa! Whoa!
Chris Jericho. For anybody who's followed my career, they know how much I idolized you. The foundation of Adam Cole, the pro wrestler, was inspired by Chris Jericho. For God's sakes, my catchphrase was inspired by Chris Jericho.
Adam Cole, baby! You know, I'm glad you said those words about me, those kind words. I really want to say from the bottom of my heart that I have absolutely zero respect for you.
You know what's so funny? I look back on how this all started. I make my return from a career-threatening injury, and for some reason, that set Chris Jericho off.
He got the win. And then Britt Baker comes down, and he's got the girl. And then the streamers come from the ceiling, and he's got the celebration. Meanwhile, Daniel Garcia is lying in the ring as you continue to celebrate. You punked him out cold. The disrespect that he's shown doesn't happen on my watch.
Chris can't stand the idea of anybody but himself being given appreciation. And Chris, that drove you insane.
Get the hell out of this ring right now.
I'll see you there. I'm gonna watch Chris's back.
Britt Baker, she's seen enough.
One of the worst days of not only my entire career, but my entire life.
Oh, no, no, no!
Let her go!
Adam Cole shackled to that bottom rope.
All I can hear through my head is Chris Jericho screaming again, again, again.
This is on you, Adam Cole. You never want to meet your heroes. Double or Nothing, unsanctioned match. There's 5 of us and only 2 of you.
Which is why I made a little phone call. Homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, taboo!
Talk about an equalizer.
I have to teach Adam Cole a lesson at Double or Nothing.
Chris, this is destiny. I am destined to end your career. That's exactly what I'm gonna do at Double or Nothing.
This is it, Cole. This is what you've been waiting for. You studied Chris Jericho. If you've studied me long enough, you know I always win.
Listen, I understand that I do not need to be pinned in order to lose my world title. Now that's a gamble. But the good news is Daddy does great in Vegas. And that's where we're headed. Las Vegas, baby, Sin City! And what more place is the devil more powerful? I'm offering you a guaranteed spot in the main event of Double or Nothing for the AEW World Championship. All you have to do is just lay down.
If you're the type of person who's inclined to look for an easy way out, I guess that's who you are. That's not something that I'm willing to compromise about myself to achieve my goals. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna do it the right way.
You just want to be a goody two-shoes. Refuse to take the low road. Always got to take the high road, Jack.
Wow! JF just laid out Jack Perry!
If you want to win this match, for the first time in your career, you're going to have to get your hands dirty.
Wow! No! That's gonna be it. Oh, wow, brother.
I didn't get into this to take shortcuts. I got into this because I love to wrestle.
Sammy Guevara knows he will face Darby Allin with the winner advancing to Double or Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event at Double or Nothing's gonna be Sammy Guevara versus MJF, baby.
Pretending to be his friend was some of the hardest 2 weeks of my career.
Jungle Boy and Darby Allin will face you two guys.
I think Sammy Guevara is a goof. I think he's a joke. I think he needs mental help.
If Jungle Boy and Darby can win, then coming up at Double or Nothing, it'll be a Pillars four-way match.
So you went from knowing you were going to lose, but also knowing you were going to get the biggest purse of your entire adult life, to hoping you'll be able to beat 3 other gentlemen on the same night. And if you don't, you get nothing.
We shouldn't have a champion who wrestles 2-3 times a year. It should be every single week. Banger matches, not 20-minute talking segments. I've had enough of that. And now it's time we get a champion that this place deserves.
I've lost a lot of things in life. A lot. But my mind isn't one of them. There is a reason I do the things I do.
AEW gives me the opportunity to just let me be me.
Darby. You're an outcast, a social pariah. You are too concerned with chasing the rush.
Sting has told me, you have what it takes to be world champion. And I really didn't believe him. But now, it's my time. I've never been more confident in my life.
We've always prided ourselves in homegrown talent. And you're not going to get any more homegrown than these 4 guys, young guys.
When I raise the AEW World Championship above my head,
My face is gonna be all over this company like it should be.
I honestly just want to give back. AEW gave so much to me. It's going to be a special night.
Who is the future face of not just All Elite Wrestling, but of professional wrestling as a whole? There's never been greater stakes in the history of our great sport.
And this match is a battle for the future of AEW.
When I become the AEW World Champion.